Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion and this is Sugar Cookie Chapstick. I picked it at random. We're going to do another pairing today. If you are new here, hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for clicking on this video to watch me. Buckle up, it might be a wild ride. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation. The crazy because sometimes I do just be acting a fool. You'll see that real soon, I'm sure. And it's not even intentional. So that's the crazy, just enjoying whatever it is you do here on YouTube, whether it's doing videos or watching videos, just having a good time here. And if you do videos, knowing it's okay to just be who you are and not trying to be something or someone that you're not. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to use, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it because you set the standard for yourself. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Know that you are amazing the way you are. Know that you are the bomb. Know that you are socially acceptable. Know that you are perfect. Know that I appreciate you for being here. I do need to let you know, if you are new here, I do curse on my channel sometimes. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But why do I curse on my channel sometimes? Because I curse sometimes, period. And it just is what it is. I am who I am. So anyway, we're doing another pairing today. Did I say that already? I'm not going to go through a lot of pairings like I did for month of McGrath. I think we did 12. But I think I am going to put this in the month of McGrath play. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm going to put this and the one yesterday in the month of McGrath playlist because it really wasn't for month of McGrath. I think I might. I don't know yet. I'm going to think on that. I need to see what I scheduled yesterday's video for or what playlist I put that in. But on my face right now, we have on the Fenty Brow Pencil, of course, the Pat Primer and the Pat Foundation. And I find that when I mix the two, it dries down. Like my face is almost dry. Whereas when I would put the primer first and then the foundation, this would take like over like 40 minutes to like dry down, and I had to powder it down. So I'm surprised. So of course it's the mixture, you know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? Oh, concealer also. Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer, and the shade is 4N. Let me back up. The foundation I wear is M18. So that's all that's on my face so far, except I get itches like in the weirdest places at the weirdest times. Lower lash line, I have MAC Color Excess Gel Pencil Eyeliner, and the stage is the color, excuse me, oh my goodness. The color is stage 5 Clinger. And so that is there. I have brushes out. What we're pairing today, you can tell from the title, I do not clickbait, y'all. We're going to use Moonlit Seduction, and we're going to pair it with Sunlit Seduction. So we're doing the seductions. Are the seduction palettes seducing us? I don't know. But we're going to see what's going to happen. I do have a look written out. I wrote this one out after I wrote out the look for yesterday's look with Bronze Seduction. But I'm not going to do more pairings with this palette unless you guys want to see me pair it with, you know, Subliminal, Sublime, Subversive, Decadence, Midnight Sun. Yeah, those are all the motherships that I have. 1 through 6. Yeah. So if you guys want to see those, let me know. Otherwise, I won't, because we've seen on its own, we've done 9 looks. 7 of them look different. And pairing it with Bronze Seduction and now Moonlit Seduction. So we are seeing more. But I really just wanted you to see what you can do with this, because I'm still hearing you're not going to get versatility from this. Your look is just going to be straight pink. And I'm just like, y'all need to just do something different. But anyway, I talked about that last video. I'm not going to talk about it in this one. We are going to take Extreme Vermilion Dusk. That's going to go on the outer corner of the lid. I did think to do my foundation and primer later, because yesterday I'm like, I wasn't really feeling that look. But then once I finished my face, I'm like, oh, okay, I could rock with this. And so it is something to be said for seeing a look when the face is done, because I was just like, I don't know. And I think it's just the different things going on with my face that was just throwing me off, as far as like my under eye discoloration, you know, my freckles, which I don't mind them showing through because they still do, but not as much. And so it does help me to just see the eye look and not be distracted by other stuff, at the same time accepting that I do have other stuff. Like, you still see some under eye discoloration, and that's okay, because I have under eye discoloration. So if you didn't see any, it would be like, who are you? Like, you do not look like yourself. We're going to take the tip of the brush and just lightly feather here inward, just to start our blend up here. And that's kind of what we're going to do there. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I think there's a defect with the Estee Lauder 4in concealer, because the tip fell off. The sponge tip part fell off. And the last one I had, I think it was the first use, it fell off. This one I've been using for a few weeks now, and the sponge part fell off. And so I'll do like I did with the previous one and just, you know, put a lipstick applicator in it to get the product out. So it's not a big deal, but I think it's a manufacturing defect, because why did that happen with two different concealers? With the 4W it didn't do that, but with the 4N, yeah, both the sponge tip parts fell off. And I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. And thankfully I had just applied it before the little sponge part fell off. I'm just like, didn't this happen with the last one? Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know, but not a big deal, because I can just put a lipstick applicator in there. Big deal in the sense that that concealer is not cheap. I do get it on sale, but to have to, you know, use something else to get the product out, it's like, why are you falling off in the first place? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that was what happened today. I'm still not feeling well. I do feel better than yesterday. I did drink Mountain Dew. I had a Zoom business meeting to attend, and I was just feeling so lethargic, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I didn't say anything verbally through the whole meeting, and I had my video turned off, the sound on mute, but I was like, you know, doing the reactions, you know, claps or hearts or whatever, so they knew I was there, and they're used to me not being very vocal anyway. But we're going to go into Plum Cabaret. This is Moonlit Seduction. This was Sunlit Seduction. And so that was that. And then I was also multitasking while I was doing that. I was scheduling out. I had, I think, 11 shorts to schedule, because for every look I do a short / IG reel. And it took me like about an hour, if not longer, to schedule them, because not only scheduling them, but then putting in the description. Those look nice together. Putting in the description, putting in the playlist. It's just a lot of work. And it's not that it's hard, it's just time consuming. If you don't do videos, I'm gonna say this. If you constantly watch the same people, make sure you're watching their videos. At least leave a thumbs up. If you don't like that particular video, leave a thumbs down. If they're running ads for monetization, as long as they're not like 5-minute ads, I'll say a minute or less. I say just watch it, because we do earn money from that. I feel weird saying we now, because I'm barely monetized myself. But I'm saying this because when you do videos, it's a lot of tedious, time-consuming work. The easiest thing is sitting here and doing the video, but the behind-the-scenes stuff, the editing, and if you've looked at my description box, as Torrance would say, baby, that's work. And I do copy and paste, but still just making sure I'm putting the products that I'm using in case you guys are interested in them, and links for other stuff, and the timestamps to make it easier, which means I need to pay attention when I edit so that I put the correct timestamp, so you can skip if you want to, even though I hope you don't, but I understand if you do. It's if you really want to also support that channel more, because just watching, and even just watching or just playing the ads, if you're multitasking, just letting them run, that does support the channel. But if you want to do like a little bit more, and they have memberships or something like that, Shameless plug. Yes, you know, sign up for the membership. Mine is $2.99 a month, and you can click the link. It'll show you what the perks are, and if you feel like the perks are worth it, or if you just want to support me further, you know, go ahead and join. And also, you know, shopping through the links in the description box, you know, getting a small commission, like really just pennies on a dollar commission, like all of that helps our channel. So it's just a way to say, you know, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? Because it is very time consuming. I love those two together. That was this one. All right, let me hold both of these up. The corner here, that's extreme, where am I looking? Extreme Vermilion Dusk. And this shade here, get the glare off if I can. Can I? That's the one we put next to it. They look nice together. So I'm glad so far this look is working out. For the, oh gosh, going back to Sunlit Seduction, we're going to take Astral Amethyst Allure. This one here. Oh my gosh. This one, I do like the texture of this, and some people don't. I like it because it's creamy. And I know I showed you before, but you see how you can see the brush strokes in it? This is Astral, that's Astral, this one is Astral, this one is the Blitz. But even though this is Astral, like these two, look at the texture of that. You can see where I put the brush in it, where this one you can tell is flaky, that one you can tell is flaky. So for it to be the same type of shadow, the texture is different. I forget her name. She called it a putty gelée formula. I didn't look online, so I don't know, but that's what she called it. And I'm like, it is like a putty type formula. This is cute. I just like that it's not a chunky monkey, and you see how it applies so easy. Now, what surprised me with these shades, they swatched horribly. These four, if you watch that video, I was like, well, you know what? So since this was supposed to be a problematic one, which it hasn't been for me, I said, we're going to do that look first. And so we did that. And for the other eye, we used these four shades. I mean, well, these three. They all applied extremely well. And I know a lot of people are complaining still about this palette. And I'm like, so why'd you buy it? You knew it was pink before you got it. If you're going to keep doing the same types of looks, putting the same types of transition colors and crease colors, then your look is going to look the same. So why'd you buy it? Anyway, my little sister said something, and I'm like, you know what? She's right. And I like how she put it. She said, oh my Lord. Did I use a sponge tip with this shade before? VR's Ecstasy. This chunky ass monkey of them all right here that you got to get the flake on and then smear it. Did I use a sponge tip before? Shit. Oh, I think I did, because this brush, the brush is picking. Oh, I did tap off. I'm nervous because I know that wasn't a word. I'm going to just press and sweep. Oh, and I do really like this shade. Closing my eye so it don't get in my eye. She said something, she says things in a way that I'm just like, wow. Oh, and you see that. So you see the dual chrome. So I'm seeing like the greenish down here. When I turn this way, then you see that burgundy. I'm excited and I'm trying to contain it. That is cute. So like here, it's like, okay. And then when you turn, it's like, what? And this is a dry brush. People are saying you have to use glitter glue. You have to use glitter primer. You have to use your finger. And I want to just scream when I'm watching their videos and say, watch my videos. I'm not yelling at y'all. I'm yelling at the people who can't hear me. I know that made a whole lot of sense. Did I tell y'all I had Mountain Dew today? Oof, I just felt the flake fall on my face. It bounced like right here somewhere. And so I'll be wanting to tell people, watch my videos. But anyway, she has said, my little sister, she said that it was nice to see someone talk about this palette with fresh eyes. Someone who didn't have Divine Rose 1, Divine Rose 2, and Utopian Dream. Like someone just to, you know, pick up the palette, talking about Sunlit Seduction, to pick up this palette, knowing that it's not my vibe, but because of my experience with Moonlit Seduction, being curious about Sunlit Seduction and getting it and just using it for what it is, and also trying to see the different looks I can get out of it. And when I read her comment, I'm like, fresh eyes. Like, you know, that is so true, because I don't have the other two to compare it to, because pinks and mauves are not my tones, and that's why I didn't get them. But then I got this one, so in a way it didn't make sense, but I'm glad that I did, because I really do feel like I'm showing people something different than the typical, you know, just pink eye look. I do not have a lot of fallout. I see like a flake right here. I see like 1, 2, like 4. I can count the flakes. This side has none that I see. This is amazing. And so we used this Chunky Monkey, which is a beautiful shade. So it's that deep burgundy, this one here, and then it's green. Like, that is a gorgeous shade. Look at that. That's a gorgeous shade. Look at that. Oh. And we also use this one, which is not flaky at all, but this is what we have. So what we're going to do right now, I'm trying to debate whether to finish the eyes and then come back and finish the face. But I liked how she said that, because I hadn't thought about it that way. Approaching this palette with fresh eyes, doing something. I just made a mess. Just getting it, looking at it for what it is. And I get it. There are a lot of similarities. When I was watching, oh no, we're not done with this. When watching other videos and comparison videos in particular, there is a lot of overlap between Sunlit Seduction and Divine Rose 1, Divine Rose 2, and Utopian Dream. And one of those three, at least like 6 of the shades look the same, including that celestial shades. And so I'm just like, this palette really isn't that unique. I'm trying to see how dry this is. It's a little bit damp, just a tiny bit. So we're going to powder down before we put color on our lower lash line. We're going to use the Fashion Fair Truly Tawny powder. And so I think that's the key. It's like, if you don't want another pink palette, don't buy another pink palette. But also, if you're looking at my videos and you're on Instagram looking at Melinda's videos, girl, I'm so sorry. Her name is Melina. I keep putting the extra letter in her name. I keep putting a D in there. Her name is not Melinda, it's Melina. And we did a collab, and you know, I had said in the video, I publicly apologized for calling her the wrong name. And then like 30 seconds later, I called her Melinda again. And so she laughs with me. But so her name is Melina. I will put her Instagram below. And I feel like her and I are on this mission, or have been on this mission, to show people something different with Sunlit Seduction, not just a typical pink look. And I think we're succeeding. Actually, I know we're succeeding. But the thing is that she doesn't do videos. And so I can't say go watch her video. I can say go look at her Instagram, which is why I am going to link her below. Because I'm a smaller channel, I don't get as many views as, say, Morgan Turner, Charlotte, you know, the ones who are saying this looks like all the other ones. And I'm like, look at my videos, it doesn't look like all the other ones. But anyway, it is what it is. And I am hoping that some kind of way my looks with this palette do end up in the algorithm, and people can say, you know what, you can get different looks with this palette. So that's been my mission, and I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. So we're going to take Rosewood Romantique with a fluffy brush, and we're going to just dip straight into it. And we're going to put that on lower lash line. I've been wanting to make a conscious effort to blow out my lower lash line, because what it does for somebody like me with wrinkles, in a way it camouflages the wrinkles, or at least it distracts people from it, because they see the shadow and not the wrinkles, I guess. I mean, that's the idea. And I see people do a blown out lower lash line, and I'm always like, wow, that's nice. I need to start doing that. But then I tend to not do it. And so I'm using a fluffy brush, because usually they'll do transition shade and then they'll just use the same brush and come down here. And I'm like, but that's a bigger fluffy brush. Use a smaller one for lower lash line. But then I do like the look, and this shade is making me look a little sick. And we're going to take this over here too. I kind of, okay, I don't like that. Oh shit, now I messed up. But since we did that side, excuse me for smacking my teeth. See, that's the thing. When you mess up one side, just do the other side. At least it'll look the same. And maybe we can cover that up with, I don't like that. Where's the brush we used for that shade? This is the brush that we used for Extreme Vermilion Dusk. We're going to tap back into that. And so we're going to just bring this out further than we did before to cover up what I did that I don't like. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to blend this over a little bit. So, yeah, so I'm hoping to just encourage you. If you happen to stumble upon my videos, my 4 looks video and my 5 looks video, you see that there is versatility in this palette. You just have to do something different than what you normally do. And because my shadow placement is different than most anyway, and now this side is down too far compared to this side, and I could take more foundation and clean that up, but I wonder if there's anything left in, you know what, I powdered down already. Damn, I was gonna say I wonder if there's any more foundation concealer left on the brush I use for foundation and concealer, but I already powdered down, so we're here. So just try to look at things in a different way, do something different, and if you don't like it, return it. You know, somebody said, you know, they were debating on whether or not to keep it. I'm not a collector. I'm not a completionist. I don't have to have every single palette that the brand comes out with, or every single product. This is Hypnotic Bronze. We're taking this domed brush. This is going to go on lower lash line. So this one too, we are just stabbing it. So I'm like, or sell it on Mercari, Poshmark, something. Like, you don't have to keep it. Well, hell, just give it away. My thing is this. I look sick. This looks like a goth look because this is just so blown down. And this side is more blown down than this side. I look sick. This is not a good color for me. And I think I might have said before I didn't particularly... No, that wasn't that shade. It was this shade I was saying I don't particularly like. The one... This one is Rosewood Romantique from Moonlit Seduction. This is not a good shade for me for under here. Yeah, I look sick. I'll be trying stuff though, and this is the thing. I hope to inspire you. Just try something new. If you don't like it, just wash it off or try to cover it up with something else. And there's really nothing else to cover it up with. I mean, I can try with this one, but I don't know if that's going to be too light. Or take Plum Cabaret, because that's a little deeper. Maybe I'll try that one. Oh man, I'm just like doing too much here. So this is still Hypnotic Bronze. So you don't have to buy stuff. And people say, well, because I have a YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel too. I don't buy everything. You know, your people will find you, whatever you, however you set your channel up to be. This is way down too far, and I don't like it. I'm going to take this brush. No, I'm not. I'm going to take this brush. You know what? When I get done, maybe I will, because that just looks like I'm sick. You know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to try first, because I do not like that at all. I'm going to take a little bit of the setting powder that we use for our face, and we're going to take this brush, and we're going to just see if I can cover some of that up. I think that's a little bit better, because I was going to take Plum Cabaret, but then I don't want it to just end up being darker. Oh, the powder puffed up, and it still not look right. It'll be darker and don't look right. So, I mean, whatever justifications you have for what you do is the justifications what you have, and you can do whatever you want with your money. But if you don't like something, you know, places have return policies for a reason. And if you don't want to return it, you know, sell it or give it away, something. Like, you don't have to keep it. I do think that looks better. It still looks a little sick. And now I wish that I had not powdered down, because I'm just dropping a whole bunch of stuff, because I would go back. Up close, it looks horrible. Like, this side is just... I'm going to take Plum Cabaret. I'm doing too much. I am doing too much, because that's just going to make it look darker. I'm desperate, and I don't know what to do about it. So we're going to take this brush, Plum Cabaret, because I'm thinking if it's darker, it'll look better. But then not necessarily so. But, girl, just stop. Is this darker? Hashtag troll be trying it. I do like that better. I do. I'm gonna leave it. Okay. So that is it for the shadows. When I write this down, I'm gonna have to make a note to not put Rosewood Romantique under there. I do like it with Plum Cabaret under there. So this is our pairing with Mothership's number 10 and Mothership's number 9. Both of them are Seduction palettes, supposed to be. We're going to use, I just want to do something different. I want to do something different. And so for our upper lash line, we're going to take Sleep. I just need something different. I just want something different. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this on our upper lash line. And what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to edit out putting that on. I'm going to take brown NYX retractable eyeliner for my inner rims. We're going to put on Lancome Sills Boost Mascara Base, MAC Stack Mascara, and Viva Violet, which is not going to show up, so we're not going to do that one. We're going to take the black one. We are going to do the face. We're going to use same thing we used yesterday. Bronze Divinity bronzer, Paradise Venus blush, Venusian Nude highlighter. We're going to set all of that with Radiant Light from Hourglass. Well, excuse me, this is a finishing powder. We're going to do that. Then we're going to spray the face with the Fenty Beauty What It Do Mist. We're actually going to spray the face before we put the mascara stuff on. And also, I'm debating on one of these 3 lips. We have these 3 left to use from the Sephora collection, and I'm thinking to use this one. It is more cooler in tone, but I am thinking to top it with Astral Flash Dance. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do all of that, and then we're going to come back with the finished look. This is almost the finished look. We did put on number 54 Autumn Wind. I didn't put the gloss on yet because I wanted you to see what change it would do to the lipstick. The only other thing I put on or did that I did not say I was going to do is I took this brush because it looked like I needed blending right here. This is what had Extreme Vermilion Dusk on it. And so I just kind of feathered like right here where you see this dark spot. And so I just kind of feathered that in, and I used the tip of the brush for this negative space I have up here, and I just lightly swept halfway to like right here. So that's the only other thing that I did that I didn't mention I was going to do, because I was sitting here looking at it thinking I just wanted to take up some more of this space without putting like a bright brow arch shade there, which I could have done very easily. But I do like this. I like how it turned out. So that is that. Now we're going to put on Astral Flash Dance. This eye is tearing some, but because I have shadow under there, I have also taken the brush that we used for this shade, and I've just been tapping it where it's wet. And because we did it here, even though this side isn't wet, we did it there, just in case it was amplifying the color on my lower lash line. So this is Astral Flash Dance. We're putting on top. Makes a little dual chromey, but not much. I thought this would play nice off of that inner corner shade. That's what I was thinking. I do have a swatch video with the Pat McGrath glosses. And you only need like 2 of them because they look the same. On me, bare lip, they look the same. And then topping them over different color liquid lipsticks, they look the same. I do like this lip, and I like the lip with this look. So this was a good choice. So this is the finished look. Here we go. So let me know what you think about the look. Let me know what you think about this palette overall, Sunlit Seduction. If you've been seeing other videos, watching other videos, hearing other people's thoughts, let me know have I shown you something different? Between the 9 looks we did, even though 7 were different, 2 look the same as another one. But let me know if I succeeded in showing you something different, if I succeeded in showing you that there is versatility with this palette if you just change up how you work it, not counting pairing this one with Moonlit Seduction in this video, and not counting when I paired it with Bronze Seduction in the previous video. But I'm just curious. I think I succeeded, but what you think matters just as much. And so let me know about that. If you have this palette, let me know what you think about it. It's a keeper for me because I can get different looks from it. I just have to want a different type of look than the smoke, the messy grunge, the vampy, the punk rock, you know, all of that. But I am glad that I have it. I am liking the look. I'm liking that we did the brown on the inner rims because that added a little bit more color. I am glad that we used slate for upper lash line. Even though this looks like a bold blue, it doesn't show up bold blue on me. Like looking down here in the mirror, because this is closer, I can tell that it's a blue, but like a deep blue, but it shows up almost black without being a stark black. Like here I can see it's blue, but on this side to me it doesn't look blue. And so I'm liking just having that contrast, like just having something a little different, because I don't always want black liner, you know what I mean? And of course I'm loving the lip. I'm loving this combination, but honestly this will look the same over if I did a burgundy lip or just a more brown lip, or even over a dark purple lip. This would look the same. But I am liking that. I'm liking the lower lash line, even though it took us a lot to get there. I like the color of this Stage 5 Clinger from MAC, but I do substitute it for NYX Retractable Gold sometimes, even though the tones are different. This just gives me a little bit of brightness, and it enhances the color I put on top of it. Sometimes it shows through the color I put on top of it. This is almost kind of my skin tone. You've seen it when I first started the video. It's like there, but not there. It's not very bold. It's not very noticeable, but I do like it for putting shadow on top of it, the same as with the gold NYX Retractable eyeliner. What else can I tell you? I'm loving everything else that I used for this face today, and so I'm digging it. I appreciate you being here, and if you do videos and you've done looks with this, you know, feel free to DM it to me and I will watch it, because when I do, you know, suggest that people watch my videos because there is versatility, I am hoping that they watch it, but I kind of get the feeling they don't. And for me, I do want to learn. If you tell me, if I'm complaining about something and you tell me you've done something different, I want to see, like, are they lying or did they really show me something different? And so if you've done looks with this palette, you know, feel free. As I said, my Instagram is @_Dion Loves Makeup. Spelled the same way as my YouTube channel. Just put the @ and the underscore in the beginning, because I would love to see it. Or if you're only on Instagram, feel free to send me the post that you did with this palette, because I am just really curious, and I am just hoping that more people will just see, just switch up your color placement, switch up your technique. And I really think a lot of people are just missing it. I think they're just missing that point. But then they're not watching my video to hear me say that, and they do the same thing, just like I've been doing outward, inward, dark to light for a long time. If I did that with every look using this is transition and this is as crease, if I did it that way, all of my looks are going to be pink, because these two shades, they dominate. They will take over. If I put this every 4th quarter my lid, and I put this every 3rd quarter the lid, regardless of what I use, these 3, or even this one, if I put inner lid, the look is going to look pink. It's going to look the same. And you just got to switch it up. But I talked about that in a previous video. Oh, one last thing. I felt like I was babbling and I didn't know why, and now I know why, because I remember something I wanted to tell you when I was doing the rest of my face. My 1Case scavenger hunt giveaway is still open. Today is August 13th. I'm thinking it's still going to be open in September. I want to give you time to find the answers if you don't know the answers. I did drop quite a few answers at the beginning of the month of McGrath when I started using the Motherships for part 1. Other questions, some of the questions tell you where you can find the answer. And so I tried to make it easy, but not too easy. I wanted it to be fun, because scavenger hunts is like, you know off the top of your head where you can get certain things, and then other stuff you're like, I need to think about that. Excuse me. So I'm leaving it open When I get an end date, I'll let you know because I do want more of you to enter and I don't want you to feel rushed. So at least September, maybe even mid-September. And it may seem like a long time, but when you see the prizes, you're going to be like, yeah, I want that. And I appreciate the time to find the answers to try to win. A friend of mine is coming to visit me. She's more like a sister, honestly. And you saw how my face lit up. Like, I love her to pieces. And I got lipstick on my teeth. She's going to help me figure out how to bundle the prizes. And there's some other things I mentioned before that I'm going to add in. So you will still have the main prizes, some of the things that you saw already. And I will link that video below. I will also link the scavenger hunt video below because it has the questions in the description box. But I'm going to pull in different things and just add in. And so you will get more. I don't know if I'm going to show everything. We'll see. But definitely when she comes to visit me, she's going to help me figure out how to bundle or what to put in the bundles, because I do want them to be more or less equal. And then I'll figure out what other stuff I want to add in, what other palettes, what other items I want to add in. And after that, so maybe next week, I'll do a video showing the bundles. So that may entice you to enter if you haven't thought to do so already. But please do check out that video and just really listen to the questions, because some, if you've been here even a couple of weeks, some of them you already know. I promise you. If you've only been here 2 weeks, some of them you already know. And so I'm excited, and I'm excited for you. And yeah, that'll be it. I'm just so freaking excited. Like it's me trying to win something. But I appreciate you, and I want to show you that appreciation for you being here and listening to me and just watching me. And yeah, that'll really be it for this video. I'm going to go. Let me know your thoughts to the questions I asked earlier. And also let me know what you think of this look between Moonlit Seduction and Sunlit Seduction. And I think we used 3 or 4 shades from each palette, but we only used 1 celestial shade from each palette, which makes a difference. But I'm loving how this shade from Sunlit looks next to this shade. Look at all those gorgeous colors that shade turns. I'm liking how they look next to each other. That is bomb. And I like the gradient over here with the 2 different shades too. Let me go. Well, I should say I'll let you go. If you're still here, you're not subscribed, please do. If you're still here, I take it that you like this video. Go ahead and thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. That's okay too. Leave whatever comments, answer the questions I asked you, or just leave whatever type of comment. I do reply back to everybody, even if it's just a heart, which is usually when I'm just having a very overwhelming day. But I do acknowledge that I see your comments because I appreciate you. And that'll be it. Seriously, how many times did I say that? I'm going to go. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.